Hello everybody, and welcome back to part 2. I'd like to thank you, Oscar95, for your question. Peace. The next one is Zombie is Hungry. What is your overall view on modern horror films that are more brutal and graphic as opposed to older horror film that created spooky atmosphere but left a lot to the imagination? Which do you prefer to watch and why? I basically like to watch both of them, both styles, new generation, the old generation. But I think I like watching older movies like from the 80s and 90s, probably even the 70s, which are spooky and somewhat controversial. And but a lot of horror movies, good horror movies, basically come from Japan. Japan makes probably some of the most shocking horror movies you could ever see. But there have been a lot of good sequels that I did enjoy. But there have been a lot of movies that basically stunk and all that. But there's basically like no original ideas in Hollywood today. Like they steal ideas from Japanese. Um, let's say like The Eye, The Grudge, etc., etc. So, what else can I say about this? This is basically what I have to say. I hope this answered one of your questions. What do you think of, and you collect low budget and cheaply made independent horror films? The kind that looks that ketchup, excuse me, the kind that looks like ketchup was used for blood and someone shot with their home video camera. As long as they have some good effort put into them. Do you enjoy these never heard of films, or do you mainly just like professionally made horror films? I I think my last update I showed you guys, um, uh, what's the name of the freaking movie again? It's Video Dead. No, Video Dead. Video Violence and Video Dead also. I really enjoy that movie. Uh, those are 3 movies: Video Violence 1, 2, and the Video Dead. Really good movies. Yeah, I do enjoy them, but I don't have a lot of them. If anybody out there does have suggestions on good, cheaply, ultra low budget or low budget movies that they would suggest to me, please do so, either by video or by comment in the bottom. But a lot of these cheaply made movies are probably even better than $1 million made movies in Hollywood. So, but I try to educate myself, like horror movies. Like I basically like try to find cheap horror movies and all that are good and that I would enjoy and all that. But I haven't seen a lot of them, but a couple of them. So. Here, okay. What do you think of mixing horror and humor in horror films? Sorry about that. Do you prefer a more serious horror film, or do you like some humor mixed in? When do you feel humor works in horror films, and when do you think it don't? Okay. What are my feelings mixing humor and horror? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Um, you can have a good horror movie with bad comedy. Let's just take a movie Dead Alive. Dead Alive is a movie, horror movie, and comedy all in one. Um, that movie is a good example of a good movie that basically mixes the horror and comedy great. Uh, I couldn't think of a bad one, but I'm pretty sure there's some out there. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to think. Do you prefer a more serious horror film, or do you like um, some humor mixed in? Sometimes I do love watching serious horror movie. Sometimes I love watching comedic horror movie, slapstick horror movie. So, but a lot of the time, I don't know. I like watching more serious horror. I don't know. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not. So, when do you feel humor works in horror films, and when do you think it don't? When basically uh, the actors or the script or the director is not good, or probably the horror doesn't mix well with the comedy or stuff like that. Um, so that is basically what the questions are about. They have been answered. I hope a lot of you guys out there um, appreciate that I answered your questions. Sorry, they're not the best answers out there. I did my best. Um, Try to educate myself more in movies and stuff like that. So probably next time I'm gonna be able to answer like hard, like the more videos I do, the harder questions you guys send me, the better it's gonna be. So peace, everybody. Goodbye.